For 3 years, Maria Thompson lived in a house where she was invisible, not homeless, not unemployed, not helpless, just ignored. The large white house in suburban Plano, Texas, belonged to her husband's parents, Robert and Evelyn Thompson. When Maria married Daniel, they insisted the young couple move in. "Why waste money on rent?" Evelyn had said sweetly. "This is your home too." At first, Maria believed her. Reality revealed itself quickly. Maria worked full-time as a medical billing specialist at a private clinic. Long hours, high responsibility. Yet every evening she returned home to a list. "You're home earlier," Evelyn would comment. "You can vacuum the living room." Maria learned to nod. The insults were subtle but constant. At family gatherings, Evelyn would announce loudly, "Maria doesn't really earn much. Daniel supports her." Maria would smile while serving drinks. Robert liked to joke, "In this house, everyone must earn their stay." His eyes always landed on Maria. Daniel, her husband of 5 years, avoided conflict like a disease. "She's old school," he'd say. "Don't take it personally." But how do you not take humiliation personally when it's daily? What no one noticed was Maria's discipline. Every paycheck she saved quietly. No designer bags, no luxury vacations, no drama. She had learned independence early. Her own father had abandoned the family when she was 14. Since then, Maria trusted preparation, not promises. The real shock came with grandmother Helen. Helen Thompson was Robert's mother. She was 70, sharp-eyed, quiet, and often forgotten in conversations. She lived in a retirement community nearby and visited occasionally. Unlike others, Helen watched. She noticed how Maria served herself last, how Maria was interrupted mid-sentence, how Maria stood while others sat. One afternoon, while Evelyn complained in the kitchen, Helen leaned toward Maria and whispered, "You're stronger than you think." Maria didn't respond, but she remembered. 6 months later, Helen passed away peacefully in her sleep. The house mourned for exactly 1 week. Then life returned to normal, except Maria's workload doubled. "Since you're home more than us," Evelyn said, "you can handle everything." Maria nodded, but something inside her hardened. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived from a law firm. Robert opened it at the dining table. His face changed colour. "It's about Mum's will," he muttered. The family gathered. Maria stood near the doorway, already dismissed in their minds. The lawyer's voice echoed through speakerphone. "We will conduct the reading this Friday at 10 a.m. Evelyn frowned. "Why involve everyone? The house is ours anyway." The lawyer paused. "The beneficiaries must be present." Friday morning felt different. Maria wore a simple navy dress, calm, composed. Evelyn whispered to Daniel, "She didn't even dress properly." Daniel avoided Maria's eyes. At the lawyer's office, they sat stiffly. Then the reading began. "I, Helen Thompson, being of sound mind," the lawyer continued, voice steady. "To my son Robert, I leave my jewellery." Evelyn smiled. "To my grandson Daniel, I leave my personal savings bonds." Daniel blinked, surprised. Then came the line no one expected. "To Maria Thompson." The room froze. Maria lifted her head. "For her patience, dignity, and silent strength, I leave my house on Oakwood Drive, along with all property rights." Silence, complete, absolute silence. Evelyn gasped. Robert stood up. Daniel whispered, "What?" The lawyer continued, unfazed. "Grandmother Helen left a personal note." He read aloud. "Some people serve quietly and are mistaken for servants. Maria served with grace, not obligation. She is the only one who treated me like family." Maria's hands trembled, but she stayed seated. Evelyn exploded. "This is a mistake. She manipulated her," Robert shouted. "She's just a daughter-in-law." The lawyer raised a hand. "The will is legally binding." Then he turned to Maria. "Congratulations, Miss Thompson. You are now the sole owner." On the drive home, no one spoke. At the house, Maria walked in first. She placed her bag on the counter. Evelyn finally spoke, her voice tight. "So, what now?" Maria looked around the room she had cleaned, cooked in, and been belittled inside for years. Then she said calmly, "Now I live here." 2 days later, Maria handed Robert and Evelyn printed documents, a 60-day notice. Evelyn stared. "You're kicking us out." Maria shook her head. "No, I'm giving you time." Daniel panicked. "Maria, this is my parents' home." Maria met his eyes. "It was never mine either, yet I served." Daniel tried apologizing. Evelyn tried guilt. Robert tried threats. Maria stayed steady. By day 60, the house was quiet. Maria repainted the walls, changed the locks, brought in sunlight. For the first time, the house felt like hers. Daniel moved out shortly after. Some relationships survive truth, others don't. One evening, Maria sat on the porch with tea, watching the sunset. She remembered Helen's words. "You're stronger than you think." Maria smiled. She hadn't raised her voice. She hadn't fought. She had simply waited. And sometimes that's how justice arrives.